everyone, Shannon Mustipher here. I'm a Brooklyn-based mixologist, cocktail consultant, and the author of Tiki Modern Tropical Cocktails. I'll be showing you some of my favorite drinks that are easy to make at home. So hold on, we're about to get this thing turned up. I moved to New York over a decade ago, and this was back in the day, right? So for those of you familiar with the city, think back to the meat packing district. Florent was open, pastis was popping, the girls were out in their heels, right? Had a wonderful time, I was loving the vibe. And there's a drink that was really popular at that time that wasn't really for me at that moment, but over the years I've grown to appreciate it. I'm talking about the Cosmopolitan. I'm talking about the Sex and the City drink. And I heard they're gonna be rebooting that. I'm curious how you guys feel about Samantha getting shady treatment and not being on the show, but that's another conversation. The drink I'm gonna show you is a little bit more of my style. I prefer kind of drier, cleaner drinks. So I'm taking inspiration from a famous historic New York bar that is in now what we would call like close to Harlem or Upper West Side. That was Cato's Tavern. It was in the 1830s that his bar became really famous for their mint julep. So this drink, the Uptown Girl, is basically an inspiration of those two eras of drinking in the city and iconic styles. So I'm gonna bring that freshness of the mint julep together with the tart, bright kind of sassiness of the Cosmopolitan. It's a really easy drink. You don't really need much as far as equipment, just a glass, a muddler, and a spoon. So I'm gonna start off with some mint and cucumber. Using these, put a refreshing element in there. Now I'm gonna add 3/4 of an ounce of raspberry syrup. And I'm gonna muddle these together. Now the reason why I'm starting here is that I want to be able to kind of gently break up and release the aromatics in the cucumber and the mint before I add the alcohol, because once that happens, those elements don't really kind of like escape as easily, and so they're not as present in the end of the drink as I would like it to be. Okay, to that I'm going to add 2 ounces of vodka. In this case, I'm using gluten-free vodka called Tito's. I know it's really important to maintain that waistline, so we're going with that. Now I'm going to add some ice to chill it down. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm using like ice that comes out of a silicone cast. I really love using that stuff because it means that all the ice is very uniform in terms of size. And when you're shaking, that's really important because it means that your cocktail will be more consistent. So now as I stir, I'm also kind of lifting up the cucumber and the mint so that you kind of get that freshness distributed through the glass. Now I'm going to top it up with cranberry juice. I'm going to add 4 ounces. Now, I'm using measures, you know, you guys are grown-ups, you know how much you like to enjoy. So if you want to eyeball it, that's fine too. I just want to kind of start you off with like a template that I know works in terms of balance, but you should make this your party, however you want to do it. I'm going to add a little bit more ice because I love a cold drink. And I'm going to top it off with a bit more cranberry. And now it's time for homegirl to hit the streets. Now, the thing I love about a julep is that traditionally it's a very beautiful kind of over-the-top drink. You can't really do too little with this, right? So I'm going to add a few cucumber slices, you know, because you want her to look extra cute. I'm going to take some blackberries and put them on a skewer. You can use raspberries, whatever looks cute to you. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to put that in there. And then the final and most important element is the mint. So in addition to just looking really beautiful, the mint has aromas that greet you on the nose. as you enjoy the cocktail, as you take that first sip. So yes, it looks beautiful, but it also has a function. You know, it enhances the flavor. All right, so I don't know about you, my taxi will be outside very soon, so I gotta go. With that being said, Uptown Girl. Cheers. I'm really excited to show you the last drink because it's meant to give you life in every sense of the word. I'm calling this Purple Rain because A, I love Prince, who doesn't? And B, because it is filled with purple ingredients, and what it's meant to do is to give you an option if you're not drinking at the moment, you want to kind of take it easy or slow it down, you want to serve a mixed crowd and you don't quite know where people stand. This is a really easy to make drink that uses easy to get ingredients and puts them together in a way that's going to, you know, make your life easy to enjoy. I got to spill the beans on this one though. It's inspired by John Barry's Proto Aperitif. His idea was to use mostly New York-based ingredients, fruits and botanicals, to come up with something that would drink like a vermouth. So if you happen to be a wine lover, this one is kind of geared in that same direction. I understand that even though you can source this online or order it, it may be difficult for you depending on where you live. So I kind of did like a mini hack based on the Proto that I really liked so that you can enjoy it wherever you happen to be. Meanwhile, there's 3 easy ingredients that you probably already have at your house that you can easily get at the store and that you can also use in smoothies if that's your thing. So let's break it down. I made like a little tiny batch to show you, but it's something you can make in a larger quantity if you want to have a bottle set aside for entertaining, you know, for pre-dinner, snacks, for brunch. Again, easy is the word. In here, we got 4 parts of a blackberry syrup. So to do that, you can take frozen blackberries, thaw them, and then add them with equal parts simple syrup. Run it through a blender, strain out the solids, put it on the side. Other 4 parts is cranberry juice, which is pretty easy to get. You'll also see that sometimes you can get like cranberry apple or cranberry X, like different splits. Like if you want to sass it up a little bit, by all means, take it there. The last part, which is just 1 part, so I'm doing proportions, 4, 4, 1, is beet juice. So the beet juice is going to dry the whole thing out and add a little bit of an earthy, elegant finish. Again, inspired by this idea of wine where, for me, I don't know about you, some of my favorite wines are blends of different grapes. And so this is taking that idea and bringing it to the juice world. Also consider that, you know, cocktails are blends of different ingredients. So I really wanted that element to kind of inform the way I came up with this. So we're talking about blackberries, cranberries, and beets. It's not rocket science, but it's easy to drink, it's healthy for you, and it's refreshing. So I'm gonna add a big ice cube to the glass. And what this big cube is gonna do, apart from looking cute, it's gonna be a slow dilution. When you have small chunks of ice, there's more surface area, which means that your drink is gonna become watered down faster. With a big cube, that takes place at a slower rate, so you can enjoy your drink and don't feel like you have to rush. Just gonna go ahead and pour it and leave a little space at the top to add some fizzy water, because the girl loves her bubbles. And now you basically have an alcohol-free spritz. For the garnish, do a lemon wheel. Orange twist works too, if that's what you like. All right, y'all. Purple Rain. Cheers. All right, guys, so that was a lot of fun. Thanks again for coming. Now I'm curious, like, what are you gonna do with the rest of your night? What do you plan on drinking? What do you think you're gonna serve the next time you meet up with your friends or you have them over your house? I'd be really curious to hear which of these you enjoyed, which you think are going to be the easiest and the most fun to share with your friends, and when you plan to get together and gather. Now, I see some comments will be popping up in the chat. I hope you guys enjoyed meeting one another as well as trying out these drinks. And I look forward to the next time I get to serve you something in person. So with that being said, thank you again and cheers.